I shot this video in Kampala, Uganda. I've been in about 20 countries of the world, playing music, making movies, advertising in Nollywood. I am the founder of the third biggest movie industry in the world. And my name is Bob Ejike. Does Your Mama Know was number one in the top 10 of 2020, no, 2002 in Nigeria. And it was very popular. I had a very successful video with it. So it was number one video, it was number one audio. But when I came to Uganda, I decided to use some Ugandan faces because I wanted to carry the East Africans along. I'd been there for just about 1 week. I had visited the National Theatre. I had gotten in touch with a number of famous artists. I'd gone out and spent an evening with Angela Katatumba, millionaire, philanthropist, superstar, and we'd gone to the Kampala casino and spent a wonderful period. And Uganda is a very beautiful place, the Pearl of Africa. I've been in contact with Bobby Wine, the presidential candidate and superstar. I've been in contact with Chameleon and Bebe Cool and Peter Miles, Message Semakula, other superstars. We are just generally in touch, and I was put in contact with Cindy, and Cindy came to see me in my hotel. That was before I got my home, and she told me, if you want to be in showbiz here, there are three people that you must meet, and one of them was Stephen Mayanja, who ran the Grand Imperial Hotel before the Imperial Royal was built, and he was running that as well. And he was working for the richest Ugandan, which I believe Sudhir. And I'd say he was a partner, I was told. And then I also was made to meet Elvis Wavamuno, who whose father owned one of the biggest TV networks in the country, and they were really deep in show business. And also, I was made to meet Isaac Mulindwa, the owner of Palm Award and Capital FM. He had the biggest award in the country for artists, and was very, very interested in linking up with Nigeria and having a union between Uganda and Nigeria. Anyway, Cindy told me her sister, who ran Charlie Gonza Fashions, was into events and modeling, and she decided to organize an audition so that we choose a number of actors, actresses for this video. And so within 1 week of being in Uganda, I was already auditioning. And we chose this girl whose name is Faith. And this part, I shot all these parts of the video in Italy, in Rome, with the whole city. The whole city performed with me. The people loved the music of Bob Ejike. And this is the girl that we chose to play this role, Faith. And Faith was a model. She was a supermodel in Uganda. She's been working with Sylvia Owori. Sylvia Owori was the biggest designer in East Africa, and also owned a fashion magazine and that kind of thing. And we chose her, and on the day that we were shooting this video, I hired a zoological garden in Entebbe. For those who don't know Entebbe, Entebbe is on the outskirts of Kampala. It was made famous in the world when Idi Amin Dada in those days allowed Palestinian terrorists to land a plane that they had hijacked full of Israeli hostages, about over 200 Israeli hostages in Entebbe airport, and then Amin started negotiating with the Israelis, and the Israelis were buying time, and eventually stormed Entebbe airport in an operation termed Operation Thunderbolt, and blew up the airport and had their hostages released and taken home, rescued, basically. So I was in this historic town that had kissed the lips of history, and it was a great thing to be here in this great place. Entebbe had a wonderful zoo, one of the most amazing places I'd seen, where I could walk face to face with a lion, and the lion did nothing to me, and look directly in the face of a python. This happened in the Entebbe Zoo. Anyway, what happened was the lady who had rented the zoological gardens to us called me and said to me, after watching us for some time rehearsing Faith and I, she said to me, "Bob, I think that you are too old for the role that you're playing. Next time you want to do a romantic scene, please get a younger person. I think you're also too old for this girl, to be matched with this girl. And it starts to look as if you look like a sugar daddy." I said, "But that is the role. Does Your Mama Know was very successful because it taught a moral lesson. The lesson of Does Your Mama Know is that older men should not date very young girls. And that is why even the love between the two of them cannot justify the difference of age. So it's cross-generational love affair, how not to do it." That's why the man was arrested at the end. And I told her that's exactly what we are trying to portray. So the fact that you notice the difference of age means that the casting was very well done. And she said, "All right, get on with it." And eventually we moved to the beach. Entebbe is a peninsula surrounded by the Victoria Lake. And so there are so many beaches all over the place. We rented a beach for the shoot. And but the beach was busy. There were so many people doing their own different things. So we only rented a part of it. And while we were shooting, at a point, the young lady received a phone call, and suddenly her demeanor was changing. And I was worried that she would lose the character because, she was getting out of character. And so I asked what's going on. I saw her agitated, speaking in their local language, Luganda. And to somebody, I asked, "What is it?" She says, "My boyfriend is very angry. He's a strange kind of guy. I don't know what to do." I said, "Can I talk to him?" She said, No, there's no use. He's not all right. I said, "Let me talk to him all the same." She gave me the phone. I said, "Hello." And then this gruff, horrible voice said, "Who are you? What do you want?" I said, "I am Bob Ejike, the founder of Nollywood, the third biggest movie industry in the world. And I want you to understand your girlfriend is shooting a part of a video film for us, nothing more. So please, you may come here in another 1 hour and pick her up." He said, No, I'm coming here right now to shoot you dead. I'm coming with my gun. You took my girlfriend around, you put her on television and on video and on YouTube so that all the men in the world will start chasing her." And what happened next was not something that I could believe. It was unbelievable because this man came, and what I saw was a sports car hurtling down into the beach with the face of President Museveni of Uganda pasted all around the car. There was a man driving, the Ugandans drive on the left like the British. He's holding the steering in one hand, a jumbo bottle of beer on the other hand, drinking. As he came closer, I could see he was an albino. About a few years younger than myself, energetic and muscular. He dropped his car, jumped out immediately, and people were running away from him because he had driven so rough. And then he started screaming at the girl. And he was screaming in their language. I didn't know what he was saying. And he was going on, and the girl was trying to explain. He wasn't listening. And then the next thing he spoke in English. Who is the man that brought you here? And she pointed at me. And then I was sitting on top of a stage. One of the stages that they arrange for their weekend shows. And the man came towards me. And as he was coming, my eyes were on him. I wasn't afraid of him. I don't fear man. I only fear God. So he came all the way to me. And then he said, are you the man that brought her here? I said, yes. I am her boyfriend. You should have asked for permission. I said, we had an audition. No one is coming to an audition with a boyfriend. If she came out to do an audition, it's because she thought she was fit to be in our video. So what's this thing about boyfriend? Are you her husband? Do you have legal rights over her? You have legal rights to tell her whether to be in a video or not. Say, I'm her boyfriend, I'm the one that decides. I don't want her exposed. I said, listen, if you are feeling insecure, that's your problem. But this girl is a model. She can go where she wants. She can do what she wants. You're not the one to decide. He said, you can't tell me that. Now I'm taking her away. And that was the worst he could do. He grabbed her, pulled her in the car and drove away. I said, oh my God, such a nice girl. How did she get mixed up with this crazy? About 2 days later, she called me and said, Bob, I need to see you. I said, I don't want to see you. I don't want to get mixed up with this crazy albino. And she said, no, he won't know. I need to see you. I need my money. I said, it's okay, give me your account details. I'll send you your money. I don't want to see you. He said, please, it's very important. Please. Let's meet behind the National Theatre. There's a small restaurant there. Nobody comes there. Almost no one does. I says, all right. I came over to meet with her. And then I asked, how are you? I hope he didn't beat you up. He said, no, he just abused me. I said, sorry. And then I gave her money, ordered for a drink. Let's eat something before you go. And she said, I want to tell you something, but it's a bit difficult to say. I said, what is this thing that's difficult? He said, I am in love with you. I said, what? No, please. Beside and above the fact that it's against my code of conduct, I don't engage in relationship with my artists. It's out of the question. The moment you've done a video with me or anything like that, that's it. She said, no. I have to be professional. I have to be rational in my actions. Okay? Please, I'm not in love with you, please. She said, but I'm in love with you. And I think that love will develop between us. I said, wow. How does this love develop? Because first and foremost, you've got a crazy boyfriend. I don't want to get involved with him. And secondly, you're too young for me, I'm too old for you. Just like the film said. And she said to me something that I will never forget. She said to me,